Dragon. And I would like to say hello and what's up to all my viewers who watch Bounce TV. Bounce TV viewers, if you're watching the show from across the country and around the world, welcome to Astrology Numerology Now. Now, the big stories before we go to the phone lines, where you get your own personal astrology, numerology readings. This is our first show, for sort of kind of our first show, just me and you and the viewers for 2012. 2 weeks ago, we had the great Lloyd Strayhorn on the show and spiritualist Diana Farr. We had her on the show 2 weeks ago. Thank you, guys. They're some of my friends and colleagues. Thank you for coming on the show. But as we start the show, I like to say Happy Chinese New Year. This is the year of the dragon. This is the year of the water dragon. In Chinese astrology, this is the year 4079. Can you believe that? In Chinese astrology or Chinese New Year. And this year benefits people who are born in the following years. Your dragon year or your Chinese astrology new year comes around once every 12 years. So people who were born in like 1952, 1964, 1976, 1988, in the year 2000, this is your animal year. You're either 60, 48, 24, 36 years old. Most people are celebrating their own personal Chinese New Year. Now, not everybody in 2012 is celebrating the year of the dragon. See, like astrology, like most of religions and most holidays, they are lunar holidays. The Chinese New Year comes when the new moon is in the sign of Aquarius. The moon is in the sign of Aquarius as we are speaking right now. So we only get the Chinese New Year when the new moon is in the sign of Aquarius. Other lunar holidays are Ramadan. If you're of the Islamic faith, Ramadan is a lunar holiday. Even Easter. Easter is a lunar holiday. Now, Easter is always the first Sunday after the first new moon, or excuse me, the first full moon of spring. Sometimes Easter starts in mid-March or as late as mid-April like it did last year. But these are holidays and observances that we have to look to the heavens to acknowledge, just like Chinese New Year. It's the year of the dragon. Another important thing, we're in the sign of Aquarius right now, so happy birthday to all the Aquarian people. If you want to get a mini consultation, if you're an Aquarius, give me a call, 212-757-1483. It's Aquarius time right now. But the big news that I want everybody to pay attention to until April is that Mars is retrograde. For all you seasoned astrologers out there, Mars is retrograde. You know that. Now, we always talk about Mercury retrograde because Mercury is retrograde every 3 or 4 months. But Mars is retrograde in the sign of Virgo. And Mars only retrogrades only like every 2 years and 2 months. So this is the year of the retrograde for 2012. We got a lot to pay attention to. We got Mars retrograde. It starts today, or actually starts tomorrow, the 24th, and it's going to last until April 13th. Mars is the planet of fire. Mars is the planet of compassion. Mars is the planet of energy, compassion, action. Mars rules the sign of Aries. So a lot of you Aries people out there, you're going to be going through some stuff if you're not going through it already with Uranus being in the sign of Aries, but your ruling planet. Aries people, if your sun sign is Aries and you're watching the show right now, let it be known that your ruling planet, Mars, is going to be retrograde from January 24th till April 14th. Now, that's a long time for Mars to be in a sign. Mars has been in the sign of Virgo ever since November, and it's going to be in Virgo until about July. So it's a very long time. If you have Virgo rising, or if you have Virgo, or the moon in Virgo, or any serious planets in Virgo, be careful. Don't get into any arguments. Watch your health, because Virgo is the sign of health. If you're going to have elective surgery during this period, not major surgery, but surgery that you can choose to cancel or reschedule. If it's not serious, wait until after April, because Mars is retrograde in the sign of Aries. Beware of sharp objects, especially if you have Virgo rising, the moon in Virgo, or Virgo sun sign. That Mars is going to be coming through, and depending on what house of your natal chart is in, it's going to show how Mars is effective. If you have Mars transiting through your 4th house, like most Geminis do, it's going to affect your family and your home life. If you're a Sagittarius, Mars is in your 10th house. So good things coming when it comes to jobs, careers. Maybe you want to change your job or career. But the big thing is Mars is retrograde. Don't say I didn't tell you. Mars is retrograde from now until April 13th. Be careful of fights, arguments, disagreements. Things will slow down a little bit and give you a chance to reorganize your thoughts, your passions, your feelings, with Mars being in the sign of retrograde and Mars being in the sign of Virgo, but Mars will be retrograde. So a lot of Aries people, your stuff is going to slow down. If you got Aries rising, the ruler of your rising sign is retrograde. So like any retrograde, especially Mars retrograde, be calm, be still, don't get excited, go back and reorganize and replan how you use your energy. Mars is a sign of love and compassion, or its energy is compassion and fire and spirit. So a lot of Aries people, be careful, slow down if you got Aries rising. But Mars is in the sign of Virgo. So all my Virgo people, be careful for the next couple of weeks.